Rob. Great work. See if you can read this. You're fired. And in case your ears are fucked, get the fuck out!
That's so sad.
No way.
Can we start the show over again, please?
My
We're
God.
going to
Let's
start that
start it
over one
over.
more time. One more time.
Great work, Rob. Great work. See if you can read this. You're fired. And in case your ears are fucked, get the fuck out!
Anything is possible! The Phoenix Suns are rid of the disgraced future former owner Robert Sarver. Get the hell out of here and suck it! Woo!
Hi, everybody, and thanks for joining us for the PHNX Suns pregame show brought to you by the DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's #1 sportsbook app. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you know whenever we are live. I'm Lindsay Smith, that's Gerald Bourget, and that's Espo. How you guys feeling today? Well, Espo, I already know how you're feeling. You're feeling great.
Hey, most things aren't better the second time. I think that was very cathartic. Thank you, everybody.
It worked out well. We got to have that experience twice with you here. And
I did
think
that on
was a
purpose.
great
I knew
experience.
Espo needed it, so I did it on purpose.
Woo!
Gerald, how you feeling today?
I feel great. I'm glad we got to witness that not once, but twice. It felt like you had a lot pent up, and I'm glad we got the chance to let you relieve that.
Can't
Twice.
stop, won't stop. Let's have some fun tonight. It's a party in Phoenix, baby.
That's right. The Phoenix Suns are facing off against the Brooklyn Nets. But first, before we get to that, it is officially official. Dwayne Rankin shared billionaire mortgage lender Matt Ishbia officially new majority owner of the Phoenix Suns. We also got a press release from the Phoenix Suns and Mercury organization. And in that press release, we heard directly from Matt Ishbia, and he said, "This is the culmination of a lifelong dream. I love the game of basketball deeply, but it's so much more than that for me." Matt continued, "Throughout my life, basketball has given me a second family, an education, and so much joy. I am honored to be the next steward of this community's franchises in the Phoenix Suns and Phoenix Mercury, and I'm totally committed to building an incredible organization on and off the floor." Matt's brother, Justin, also echoed his excitement, stating, "We are thrilled about the opportunity to make a positive impact on the Phoenix sports ecosystem and community through a people-first family approach. My brother and I look forward to bringing our passion for basketball and competitive spirit to the Valley."
Guess what, Matt? This is a culmination of lifelong dreams for a lot of us. Welcome to the Valley, buddy. We are so excited to meet you tomorrow. We are so relieved that you have exorcised the demons. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to hearing from him directly tomorrow. Obviously, we've been reading a lot of the pieces from Dwayne Rankin, Doug Holler, who have written some good stuff about what his mentality is taking over, and a lot of it, all of it, sounds really positive and encouraging so far. So I can't wait to hear from him and get to know him a little bit better, because one thing that certainly wasn't the case when Sarver was around was transparency as far as getting to ask this guy questions, and it's really cool that he's having this event tomorrow finally.
Yeah, so we will officially get a press conference involving Matt Ishbia tomorrow mid-morning. So we'll have updates for you guys on that in our show in the afternoon at 3 p.m. So plan to come hang out with us then, unless a trade happens directly after or during, or who knows.
Yeah.
Just make sure you're following us on social so that you can be in the loop on whenever that thing pops off. But yeah, we'll get to talk to him tomorrow. It'll be really interesting to see all that he has to say. Hopefully we'll get some clarification around some of the rumored names that we've heard connected to him as maybe potential future members of the Phoenix Suns organization, and find out what capacity that might be. I think That's what I'm most looking forward to tomorrow, is seeing if we can figure out any nuggets of information around like Steve Nash, Isaiah Thomas, things of that nature.
Yeah.
I actually got a chance to talk briefly to Justin Ishbia today, and he said they can't wait to get involved. Now their attention's turning to see if they can add to this team and improve their odds of success. So he's excited. As you can tell, I'm excited as well.
Yeah.
So,
I think everyone just kind of feels like a dark cloud has been lifted off of this organization and this city, in the sense of basketball that we all love so much. We're feeling like there's hope for the future, whatever that may mean to you specifically, whether that's for the people you know at the organization, from the basketball side of things, as a whole, just spending money where money needs to be spent. I don't know. However it resonates with you, I feel like everyone just kind of feels like you can take a deep breath, a sigh of relief, if you will, and be excited about what the future of Suns and Mercury basketball looks like.
Yeah, I mean, I never worked for the organization like you two did, and I was even telling you guys in the Slack today, like, my anxiety needs the official press release today. Like, I need it today so I can see it, because for a lot of people, this is a surreal day. Like, I low-key was not sure it would ever actually get here and be official, and so now we can finally move on from the indelible stain that man left on this organization, on many of its employees, and move forward. And I'm really excited about that prospect. And I know everybody's going to be turning their attention to the trade deadline and whatnot, but I don't think we should lose sight of the fact that, for a lot of people, working under Sarver was a miserable experience. And this doesn't erase any of that, but it is progress and it is moving forward so we can put that behind us.
I am glad that we never have to speak about the disgraced former owner ever again after today. I got to drop the future, and now after today, after our post game, I will likely never have to speak about that man again. Thank God. Everybody should feel a lot better around the Valley and a little bit prouder to be a Suns fan today than we have over the last few years.
Yeah, absolutely. And hopefully this opens the door for things within the Suns organization, from like basketball side, from coverage, all that stuff that was rumored to be affected by who was the owner of this team. Hopefully that will see a nice swing in the right direction as well. Okay, I know you guys are already talking about different trades and rumors that have popped off today on social media. We will get to that, but first we do have a game tonight, and I don't want to bury the lead because it is super exciting. You guys, Devin is back.
Let's
Book
go.
is
Keeps
back.
getting better.
Finally, after what feels like 84 years, Devin Booker will be playing basketball again with the Phoenix Suns. He has been missed since Christmas Day. And shoot, I don't know how you guys are feeling right now, but just overall, a really solid day to be a Suns fan, right?
Yeah, let me say this. Screw Christmas Day. This is our Christmas.
This is
New
our
owner,
Christmas.
gonna bring Devin back. Trade might happen. Look at this. It's spectacular. I'm feeling fantastic. They just got to win tonight so the buzz doesn't die.
Yeah. No, that would be rough. But no, it's really exciting. Obviously, you're talking about a guy that with him fully healthy, the team went 18-10 as opposed to, I think, 11-16 without him. They had outscored opponents by 120 points in the games where he was fully healthy, and he missed 21 straight games. So I'm assuming he might not be at full minute load tonight. At least I hope so, because we saw Cam Johnson come back and maybe play too many minutes. But I know that Book was diligent about checking all the right boxes and not making kind of the same mistake he did last time, or the same thing. Like, they've been diligent with Cam, with Chris, and now with Book as far as making sure they're fully ready to go when they return. So I'm excited to see him back. We finally get the preferred starting five tonight with Cam Johnson, Mikal Bridges, Chris, DA, Book. That group has a 33 net rating together in 67 minutes. And we've been waiting to see this starting lineup since like November.
Forever.
Yeah, it's been so long, maybe even October. It's been so long. So this is really exciting. And you're playing a Nets team that has a lot of guys out. So you should be able to take advantage of that.
Gerald, I love when you talk nerdy to me.
I try.
I'm so ready for some Booker nerdy stats. Look, you brought up that, what are they, 11-16 without Book, but they have won 9 of 11. So you do the math there. They were really bad to start, if you remember, without him. Yes, they found some rhythm, and hopefully this is yet again a transition period that'll be fairly easy for them. Book comes back in. Mikal continues to play the way he has. One of the side effects hopefully will be easier looks for DA because the defense can't focus on him as much. And big shout out to Torrey Craig.
Mhm.
Guy worked his ass off. I think you may have even tweeted. I think he averaged 15. It wasn't you. It was Dave King. Sorry to confuse you two.
That's okay.
You both talk nerdy to me. So, I think Torrey in his career has averaged like 15 minutes a game, and he went out there and had to bust his ass while all these injuries were going on. He moves back to the bench tonight. Hopefully that helps him too, because he can go back to a more natural position and really be able to have more of an impact in a shorter amount of time.
Yeah, biggest thing for me tonight is, you're facing the shorthanded Nets team that doesn't have KD, obviously just traded Kyrie away. They're not going to have the two guys that they just traded him for. That Cam Thomas dude has been going off recently. I think he's averaging 44 in the last 2 games without KD or Kyrie, so Mikal's got a tough assignment ahead of him tonight, but that's exactly what you have Mikal Bridges for. So that's, honestly, you limit Cam Thomas a little bit, this should probably be an easy game.
Yeah, fingers crossed, especially because the concern, right, is you don't want the guys to think, oh, Devin's back. I can kind of take my foot off the gas a little bit or overexert Devin throughout this game. And if we can get a big enough lead, then there is no feeling like when Cam Johnson returned, that game got a little bit closer. Monty wanted to put Cam back out there to get the W. Hopefully we can put this one away early so Devin doesn't even have to consider that as an option.
Yeah, and I just don't want to see Mikal revert back, kind of shy away from being aggressive.
But the thing is you got to understand that might be the case tonight and over the next handful of games. So not to jump too crazy into conclusions on how Mikal will play with Devin Booker back in the lineup. There is going to be some of a learning curve there, figuring out how they're playing with each other now with Mikal's elevated performances.
Of course, right.
So we'll see. Well, at least we'll get a taste of it tonight. Finally, we've all been clamoring for that. So at least we'll get an idea a little bit tonight. But let's take a look on the injury side of things. We did tell you that Devin Booker is back. Cam Payne and Landry Shamet both remain out for the Suns. And then on the Nets side of things, I mean, it might even be a little bit easier to tell you who's actually playing instead of who's not playing. But we got TJ Warren and Ben Simmons, who were questionable and probable coming into tonight's game. They are both available. And we've got Kevin Durant, Spencer Dinwiddie, Dorian Finney-Smith, Seth Curry, and Yuta Watanabe all out for this evening.
I don't know that TJ Warren and Ben Simmons being available is a good thing necessarily. I say that, and TJ Warren will have the revenge game of his life.
He could. But Devin Booker loves playing against Ben Simmons. He loves dropping big point totals on Ben Simmons' head. So I'm kind of glad Ben Simmons is playing. Honestly, we know he's not going to be a scoring threat. So,
by the way, for those asking, Saul is on the injury report. We didn't trade him. He's just DNP at the Super Bowl stuff.
He doesn't have that low back tightness that everybody seems to be getting this time of year.
He does. He told me this morning.
Does he really? Oh, no.
His back was bothering him.
Oh, no.
So he does have that low back tightness.
Oh, the conspiracy theorists are not going to let that one
go. No. Saul will be back at some point in time. He'll be reevaluated on Friday or Sunday or something like that. And we'll keep you posted on when he's coming back in. So what are these guys wearing tonight?
Ooh, we got the best uniform in Suns history.
Let's go.
On one of the best days in Suns history, it's the Purple Sunburst, the classic edition, versus Brooklyn's, somebody threw some paint all over the place, City edition.
You can't disrespect Basquiat like that.
I actually like these Brooklyn
I can
ones.
disrespect whatever the hell I want.
I think it's great they let the owner's child design a jersey.
I do too.
Wow.
Inspired by one of the greatest artists ever.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
Actually, I think they let Kevin Durant do it.
It still looks like chicken scratch to me.
I mean, if anybody designed that jersey, it was Kyrie Irving. It looks like just someone threw up.
You guys are terrible.
It is very flat looking.
I like
so yeah,
this
probably
jersey.
I'm with you, Lindsay. I think they're some of my favorite jerseys in basketball.
So bratty. Who you guys got winning tonight and by how much?
Oh, I mean, I always cringe to say this when it's a quote unquote easy game, right? But I have the Suns by 7 tonight.
Okay, I have the Suns by 10, I believe. I just think the Nets have too many guys out, and the morale boost from having Book back will be push them over the top.
Yeah, I have the Suns by 8. Saul also has the Suns by 7. I think we're all feeling pretty good about this one. And hopefully, like you said, Gerald, the guys will be feeling good out there as well.
I think the Nets, aren't they on the second night of a back-to-back?
Yes, they are.
Yeah, they played the Clippers last night and they lost, so that should help as well. The Suns haven't played since Saturday.
And with everything going on with the Nets, they're on like the 4th night of a back-to-back. Like,
Yeah,
there's a lot of crap going on with Brooklyn.
That's
They're
a
probably
lot
tired.
to handle
so.
for sure. What do our friends at the DraftKings Sportsbook app think about tonight's game, Espo?
Let's see what they think. The last time I checked, it's still 7.5 in favor of the Suns. You could take that plus 245 money line if you're feeling saucy for the Nets, but you're probably going to lose money. So.
The only other reason why you would maybe take the Nets money line is because right now on DraftKings they have that boosted money line bet where if the Nets do happen to go up on the Suns by 10 points, then you automatically win your bet. So
Ooh,
if you think there's a possibility the Nets can get up 10 on the Suns, that might not be a terrible bet to make. I considered it, but ultimately decided against it because I don't know if they can.
You would need like an early like Nets run where like Cam Thomas just like hits a couple threes in a row.
That's sort of what I was thinking. I was like, I don't think it's worth putting my money on. But again, if you guys think that's a good bet right now, just make sure you opt in on the DraftKings Sportsbook app for that.
I did it.
You did it?
I did it.
All this positive Suns juju and you're betting against the Suns.
It was before the Ishbia news officially broke, and I was like,
okay.
I mean, this could be one of those where they're trying to figure out with books so that Nets go up early by 10. But now I feel guilty. Now I almost feel
if it happened before the Ishbia news,
I almost feel like I need to cash out. I only lose 31 cents if I cash out right now out of principle, but I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see.
Tough.
Well, what else did you put your money on tonight, Espo? What'd you put your money on as far as our picks go?
Yeah, well, guess what? I'm trying to get my ass back in this. So I took first field goal type Suns 3-pointer at plus 450.
All right.
I'm not as aggressive as some people who are going to lose $10 tonight.
I mean, Saul was super aggressive with his. He's got the Suns spread at a 7.5. Chris Paul, 10 or more assists. Chris Paul, 2 or more steals. Devin Booker, 5 or more assists. And Devin Booker, 2 or more steals at a plus 7,000. Now, if this does hit, Saul is going to be absolutely crushing us. But my thought was, I'm curious if Devin plays a whole lot tonight.
I think I would be shocked if he played like less than 25 minutes, but I don't think he's going to go like the full, 35 to 40 that sometimes he logs if the game is close. Man, that's tough because I don't know, like 2 steals for 2 players is a lot.
Well, not even that, but 10 plus assists for Chris Paul and 5 plus assists for Book. That's a lot of assists between the two guys, especially with how well Mikal's been passing the ball and everything. Like, I think this is a pie in the sky.
We'll see.
But luckily, if he hits it, he's not here. So
that's facts. I know. If he hits it, that's the greatest thing ever.
Just wait. He's going to remember.
He's going to try to call in. Sunderous Dunk said, dang, that's gettable for Saul. And Hello said, Booker 2 steals is crazy. So kind of split there. And then I took a pretty safe bet, but still positive, plus 155. The Suns' alternative spread at 3.5, and Devin 2 or more threes made.
Okay.
I want to know how you're going to predict the Suns to win by 8 and then only take them minus 3.5.
Because you're new to how I pick things on the DraftKings Sportsbook app, but I like to play it very safe.
Her strategy
slow and steady wins the race.
Make $5 here, $7
No,
here,
it's like $13 and $19.
Here.
That's what I'm bringing in every single night. It's like
she's
13
raking it in
some
right
odd
now.
See? It's clearly working. I'm at the top of the leaderboard right now, so we'll see. Listen, if you guys want to get in on the action on the DraftKings Sportsbook app, make sure you download it right now. But when you sign up, use that promo code PHNX because new customers who use that code can bet $5 on the NBA and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. Again, with that code PHNX. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void in Ohio. See show notes for details. We do have a super chat from Espo's burner. Thank you for your super chat, Espo. Daily reminder that Espo is the GOAT. Go Suns. Smiley face.
spent $1.99 to send it. I'm sorry.
It's your money, man.
Consider it a donation.
Thank you for your super chat, Spose Burner. We appreciate you guys. All right, let's get into the latest rumors, the things that everyone wants to be talking about right now.
Yep.
That we will also probably talk about again in the post-game show.
Yep.
And we'll probably have more news pop off by then too.
Yep.
First and foremost, we'll start with the tweet we got from Adrian Wojnarowski. He said Phoenix's new majority owner, Matt Ishbia, is fully engaged overseeing the organization and has been aggressive in pursuing ways to make a major and immediate impact. In reference to Kevin Durant potentially being brought up as a maybe trade option. He said Durant has had past interest in Suns, but so far the Nets are telling teams that they have no intention of moving him. Do you believe that or no?
This to me sounds like step up your offers. Like, we're not, I don't know. Like, this is a lot of reporting from the NBA's #1 newsbreaker about how Kevin Durant is not available.
And he's repeated it like 3 separate
multiple times. So like, okay, Brooklyn, we get it. Like, either he's not available or you just want more for him. Like, and this is the thing for me. Like, I understand if Kevin Durant is available, you absolutely go after him, because if you add Kevin Durant to Devin Booker and whatever else is left, you are a title contender, even with lack of depth issues. My thing is, I don't want the Suns to fall into the same trap that they did over the summer, where they put all their eggs in that basket and they're left holding nothing. Because I do think this team, the starting 5, is good enough to win a title. They just need to consolidate. They need to tighten up that playoff rotation. And you can do that on the margins. But if they go down this Durant rabbit hole again and Brooklyn's just leading them on and they get nothing out of it and they wind up empty-handed at the trade deadline, that hurts their ability to compete for a title. And you can revisit a Durant trade in the offseason, even if you make moves on the margins. No, you probably can't get an OG Anunoby because he's going to require too many picks and maybe one of your core players, but you can make moves with like a Jarrett Vanderbilt or a Jordan Clarkson or someone on the margins that helps you improve. And they have contracts past this season that you have then more flexibility to trade for Durant in the summer. I worry about this sucking the Suns back into this same predicament as last summer.
I agree wholeheartedly. And you could pick up guys at the deadline, even if it's an OG Anunoby, that you could then flip in the offseason if it becomes available. But the window is open. And I'm of the belief that if you're James Jones, you kick it wide open right now. And you get those guys to bolster your bench, to give you guys that can come in if there are additional injuries and make those moves. You say to the Nets right now, this is my best and final offer. I'm going to go look for other moves, for other trades. And if you want to come back to me, that's your prerogative, but I'm going to continue to make my moves. And I go full bore on the other stuff and make sure that happens.
Is there a scenario where the asking price for OG Anunoby kind of decreases with the idea that other teams might be shifting their attention towards Kevin Durant in the summer?
I think that's very real. I think that's probably what the Raptors are dealing with right now in terms of, everybody's turned their attention to KD possibly being available. I don't know if that means that he's attainable for a lower price, because I feel like at some point the Nets are going to either stand their ground or make him fully available. But it's just one of those things we're going to have to see how it develops. I wish the Kyrie thing had happened maybe a week earlier to give this more time to unfold. Because we've seen it before with James Harden. Like 2 weeks before they traded him, they were saying, we're not listening to offers for him, but it needs more time than 2 days to develop. So that's my biggest concern.
Yeah. And, we talked about yesterday, did the Nets leak the CP3 thing? I thought more about it, and Dallas is the team that would have been most benefited to leak it. Because if Nets said, hey, this is what the Suns are offering, you need to up yours, and Dallas knew that, if they leak it, it hurts a competitor in the West.
Well, then that would also, if that's the case, though, then it makes me question if it's the validity of the leak, because why wouldn't Brooklyn lie to the Net or to the Mavs about what Phoenix was actually offering as a bargaining of up your offer, even if it's not legit?
Yeah, my guess is there's some truth to it, but But, I think you're 100% right. You can't sit in a holding pattern just waiting for KD. You got to make a move if it becomes available and do what you need to, because there's no guarantee, even if he becomes available, that the Nets are going to move him to you. So then you've squandered a year and a half, a full year on this pursuit. At some point, you have to say, no, I want to win. And it feels like that's what Matt Ishbia wants. He doesn't need the biggest of swings. He needs the swing that gets him a title this year and keeps you in the picture next year, too.
Right. I just want to reemphasize, like, if you make a move on the margins, if you bring in guys that help your bench rotation and they have contracts beyond this season, you honestly put yourself maybe in a better position this offseason to deal for KD, because we don't know if he's going to be available at the trade deadline in less than 48 hours from now. We do know possibly offseason, if this season doesn't go according to plan for them, which it probably won't unless they make bigger moves, then he'll be available. And then you're looking at a situation where, okay, we only have like 5 or 6 guys that are under contract that we can trade right now. Yeah. So that puts you in a bind as far as actually matching what the Nets are looking for. So if anything, if you want KD in the offseason, you need to make some trades that aren't KD now, without, selling the farm as far as, oh, here's a bunch of first round picks, or here's Cam Johnson, that type of thing.
We did get a super chat from Han. Thank you so much for your super chat. They said Durant sadly unavailable. They won't risk losing face with all the unprotected picks going to Houston. That's
a good point, because the Rockets stand to be the biggest winner of this if they decide to jettison Kevin Durant, because they have a whole host of Nets picks coming in the next couple of years.
Yeah, I think the Nets try to go all in on a OG, a Siakam, somebody like that, and retool rather than blow it up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, last 2 things real quick. First and foremost, we got a tweet from Tim Reynolds, a writer for the Associated Press, said, story soon, but first, Suns owner Matt Ishbia on the trade deadline. Matt said, quote, I think we're in a great position right now. Will I be involved? Yes. Are we highly active? Yes. But at the same time, I think we have a championship contending team without doing anything over the next 2 days. We will dive more into this in the postgame show, but for all intents and purposes, Matt Ishbia will be heavily involved with James Jones in the front office over the next 48 hours. And hopefully, fingers crossed, we see something very beneficial for the Suns come to fruition. And then last but not least, Doc Llewellyn, a podcaster and an NBA digital person, tweeted this out. And I know everyone's been like, what is this? The Dallas Mavericks are interested in acquiring Phoenix Suns center DeAndre Ayton. Christian Wood and Tim Hardaway Jr. have been in trade talks.
Yeah, I begged for an answer from our favorite trade reaper and was gifted with this.
Look,
trade deadline, looking at all these rumors that are coming out. So
I know there's tons of them, isn't there? Tons of them.
Espo tweeting me about, can you shoot this one down? The newest one that's out there.
I saw that. He's begging you. He's begging you to shoot down the one that suggests DeAndre Ayton is going to the Dallas Mavericks for Christian Wood and somebody else. I can't remember.
I just talked to somebody on DeAndre's side of it and said, listen, and the guy said, listen, I know Dallas, he said Dallas does love Ayton, but Phoenix isn't trading DA. That's from the DA side. But I'm gonna continue to work on that one. I doubt it, but I'll end up getting confirmation soon.
You know what?
You're welcome, Suns fans.
Were you really begging? I didn't think you were begging.
I said, no. At Gammo 98.7, shoot this one down.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess. I don't know if that's begging, but.
I don't care if it's begging. I got the Reaper to do the work, and you all are welcome.
Asking.
I mean, it made no sense to me at all. All this person was saying was the Mavs like DeAndre Ayton. It didn't say anything about the Suns even entertaining it. And they have nothing to trade now that Dinwiddie and DFS are gone. So, it's a non-starter.
You don't like Christian Wood, the Dollar General?
The guy that's going to be an unrestricted free agent this summer? No, I do not.
All right, we'll dive a little bit more into this in the post-game show, like I said. So plan to hang out with us after the game and meet us right back here. But thank you so much for joining us for the pregame show. Enjoy the game, and we'll see you later. Bye.
PHNX.
Hey yo, my lifestyle is retro. Tell the Phoenix Metro. Megas in control and he ain't never gonna let go. PHNX though, Lindsey, Gerald, Espo. Saw past the ball, we here to turn up the tempo. Got the one.